said that he didn't have to abide by the laws in the state of Washington in terms of code of conduct, which is actually false. So I'm not sure where he says that. All I ask for everyone is to extend me the courtesy and the space, because what I'm being accused of is false. They have no evidence. Mr. Saltz has, there's 3 violations. On Twitter. I can show you. It says, standards of professional conduct. This is from the Western District Court in the state of Washington for federal court. It says that in order to maintain effective administration of justice and the integrity of the court, attorneys appearing in the district shall be familiar and comply with the following: the local rules of the district, including the local rules that address attorney conduct and discipline, the Washington Rules of Professional Conduct as promulgated, amended, and interpreted by the Washington Supreme Court. Washington's Supreme Court. So it says on there, right there,
that they must abide by the Washington Rules of Professional Conduct.
In the courtroom. He's on a public platform. Twitter is a public platform, just like you are doing now. Do you think that you are conducting professional conduct as a defendant, having a tanty because someone is suing you for defamation, but you can't see where you went wrong because, you know, you got all your information from a business partner who's also in a lawsuit with Tati, shouting from the rooftops that you didn't work with anyone, you didn't use anyone. No, you didn't use anyone. They used you. These are professionals. You're the only one that's not a professional.
Which is what we asked of him to do with the stopping of talking about me, defaming me, and speaking about me on Twitter. The fact that he is answering your questions in order to, what? Is he doing this legal case so he can win the court of public opinion? Washington State professional conduct prohibits communication with a party the lawyer knows is represented by an attorney. In representing a client, a lawyer shall not communicate about the subject of the representation with a person the lawyer knows to be represented by another lawyer in a matter unless the lawyer has the consent of the other lawyer.
He's not your lawyer. So he's not breaking any law of conduct.
State of Washington Rule 4.4a. The Washington Rules of Professional Conduct prohibits actions that are of no substantial purpose other than to embarrass someone. Why are you, Mr. Saltz, on Twitter speaking about me, conducting business with known trolls who have doxed, stalked, and harassed me?
He is Tati's lawyer. He is under no obligation to talk to you. If you want to talk to him, do it through documents. You see what's going on? You are part of the lawsuit. He's doing research online because guess what? That's where the defamation happened. You clickety-click on your Twitter account. You made Twitter part of it. Own your actions, Paulson. Own your actions.
It says, in representing a client, a lawyer shall not use means that have no substantial purpose other than to embarrass, delay, or burden a third person, or use methods of obtaining evidence that violate legal rights of such a person.
Read that first line again, Paulson. What does it say? In representing a client. He's not your lawyer. You are trying to control the other party researching on the platform that you use to defame their client. Make that make sense.
The tweets of the bomb drops after that motion was filed is taunting. The video that she's being sued over, well, one of the 40 she's being sued over being reposted, is absolutely taunting the lawyer. Here's the thing. Do you guys remember in the motion to not destroy your shit, how Saltz talks about understanding and very well understanding YouTube because he represents Ryan's Toy Review? Ryan's Toy Review is being sued along with Google and everybody else after that big FTC ruling. Massive class action lawsuit that came after that. And in this massive class action lawsuit that came after that, there are individuals suing Google and a whole bunch of other people. This is that case, Hubbard versus Google LLC. Ryan is not being sued on his own. Ryan is being sued with a lot of other people, Ryan's channel, not him personally, with a lot of other people over COPPA violations. So the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, they're suing Google and YouTube and Mattel and DreamWorks and all these people. So they're suing everybody in this class action. It's a mother of a 5-year-old saying that the COPPA violations on YouTube also applied to those channels. This is going to be long litigation. Google LLC is a defendant. YouTube LLC is a defendant. What I'm going to say about this is Google and YouTube are being sued after they were fined $173 million by the FTC. And I have videos on the channel about it. I have podcast episodes about the COPPA violations. It was like a year ago that came down almost. So a lot of people are being sued, but Google and YouTube have who appear to be their heads of litigation assigned to this case. Remka, who is this attorney? Oh, I don't know. Saltz. So we know that Saltz is representing Remka along with all of these other attorneys. This docket of attorneys reads like a who's who of the heads of litigation for Google and YouTube. So if Saltz is in a defense group with them on a case where they're all working together, I imagine that means that there is a text thread. I imagine that that means there are email threads and that they probably talk, 3 or 4 times a week. So if you are colleagues and you are being fucked with in another case, who are you going to talk about it with? The other attorneys that you talk to on the regular, especially if it regards their platform. So if you have the cell phone numbers of all of the heads of litigation for YouTube and Google, why would you poke that bear? Why would you poke that bear? Why would you poke that bear? Because I can guarantee you, if I was Saltz, I would be like, do you want to listen to the shit that's going down on your platform right now in my other case? Let me tell you about the shit that's going down on your platform in my other case. So when Keemstar says things like, oh, you don't think YouTube's paying attention to this? Let me tell you why YouTube's paying attention to this. Because the lawyer that you're taking pot shots at on fucking Twitter is also in a defense group with all the heads of litigation for Google and YouTube. So if you want to think that the lawyers are riled, the lawyers are going to be fucking riled. This is an active case that is a very, very big case for Google. Why in the fuck would you try to mess with them? This attorney that you're fucking with on Twitter has a defense group with the heads of the platform where you make your living. What?
Her opinions are her opinions. And I just want to remind people that even if you continue to enjoy watching her, just remember they are her opinions. She's not a party. She's not in the lawsuit. She's not an attorney representing the lawsuit. She is not licensed in the state that I was being sued. She did not practice civil law in that state, nor did she practice civil law in the state of California. So
She doesn't need to be a lawyer to read law documents. Like, you don't need to be a lawyer to go through law documents.